Hi, Carol.
Hi,
Your
Hi,
main stage.
Carol. Good afternoon.
good afternoon. I apologize. Yeah, I was struggling a little bit on my technical. Good morning.
Yeah, you're here. So right on time. I will shut my microphone down so you can have the stage. Good luck, Jan and Carol.
Yes, so I would like to give.
I will start. So, good afternoon again, or good morning. I am Carol from Cushman&Wakefield. So, at the onset of this international lockdown, Cushman&Wakefield offers our clients various tools such as 6 feet office, experience per square foot at home to understand the impact of space and people. And we learned that there have been great success for people in working from home as they can better focus on their work. And interestingly, we receive positive responses that people feel trusted during this time. One thing that I would share is that in APAC, employees from Philippines and Australia show a high score in feeling trusted. However, in places in Singapore and China, Hong Kong are the three countries that have one of the lowest score in this category. This tallies in well with the historical working and cultural nuisances. Meanwhile, the downside is that personal connections, creative, creative collaborations, and connections with culture is suffering significantly. Specifically, younger generation is suffer the most as they are lack of space at home and having difficulties to switch off. These downside creates significant risk to long-term connectivity, retentions, and engagement with talents. And with from our research, 78% of people wants greater choice to work from home, office, and third party post pandemic. The role of office will become critical to drive creative collaborations, engagements, learning, and culture. The role of office will become critical to drive creative collaborations, culture, and what we foresee is that the workplace will no longer be a single locations or a binary choice of either working from office or home, but instead the workplace will be an ecosystem of complementary location and experience to support convenience, functionality, and well-being. This helps us reimagine the way we work, live, play, and learn. Organizations will have core office hub locations, and these offices will have different but important purpose. These are likely to be based in well-connected places, rich in amenities, access to talent pool, which could be city centers, and in campus close to knowledge cluster like R&D. The core office hub will work in parallel with a range of other offices such as on-demand event spaces, conference, hospitality, and third place like cafe. In order to assess the right mixed environment, this is important to recognize that it is not a one-size-fits-all approach, but there are diverse functional personnel across the business to drive different ecosystem. As we look into implications of space, we will see the mix of space become more blended, diverse, and agile than a traditional office plan or activity plan of activity-based offices. These provides the opportunity to reduce individual allocation of space, square foot per person, as well as increase utilization, efficiency, and flexibility. One of the significant change that we will see in the office design is the integration of technology and IoT. This will transform expectation from building landlords, occupier, and end users, both co and post-pandemic, enabling real-time dynamic data and analytics to support effective space management, employee experience and well-being, and give control to the users. With this, I would like to hand over to Yan, who will share more about the 6-foot office pilot that Spacewell and Cushman&Wakefield have piloted in Amsterdam, and what are some of the early learnings.
Yes, thank you very much. So I will share my screen as well. So I hope you can all see my screen. So first of all, thank you, Carol, for this small introduction. I will now show you the 6-feet office collaboration that we have done with Cushman&Wakefield and Spacewell. So within the office of Amsterdam, we have actually activated our IoT platform, Ubuntu, and this platform can capture, structure, and visualize data on multiple touch points. So within the office, we actually have activated headcount sensors that can track occupancy and utilization. We have activated indoor air quality sensors that can track parameters like carbon dioxide, humidity, and temperature. And we have also installed screens that can increase employee user experience and guidance within the office. The first output that I would like to share with you is our compliancy dashboard, which is called the Social Distancing Index. So this is actually a dashboard that shows a percentage of compliance or a percentage of behavior, how people behave within the office against the regulations or the corona COVID-19 regulations that you have in place in the office. The first thing that we saw is that actually the overall occupancy has increases from 32% in 2019 to 62% in 2020. This is of course mainly due because introducing the 6-feet office also reduces the amount of desks within the office, and it's also mandatory to book your desk. So if people are mandatory to book a desk, it's more likely that they will show up at the early start of the day. What we also saw is that social distancing on the work floor is largely successful, specifically in 87% of the cases. So that's actually quite high. And also the remaining 30% of the cases in which the standard is not fully met are most cases in the vicinity of workstations. So we don't see a lot of non-compliancy in meeting rooms, open spaces, collaboration spaces, but the most of the non-compliancy we see at the desk at the individual workstation. The historical data or the data from the headcount sensors we can not only show in historical dashboards, but you can also show it on the live floor plans as you see here. And then at any given moment in time, anyone through a mobile app, through a kiosk screen, to a web page, you can actually see how many people are in the office and where are people in the office. So here, for example, you see that only one person at that moment in time is at the coffee corner. And if you do the safe walking route, you will not cross a lot of people within the office. An extra layer of information that we have added in the Amsterdam office is actually introducing a social distance capacity. And this capacity we will plot against the actual number of people within that area. And that actually has led to a crowdedness of traffic lights. A traffic light with green, meaning that the area is empty, yellow, meaning that the area is occupied but not yet crowded, and red is that the area is actually overcrowded. So this means that the number of people actually exceeds the social distance acceptable capacity. We as well have installed indoor air quality sensors within the office of Amsterdam, of Cushman&Wakefield. And this also gives us the opportunity to live show to the employees what are the comfort parameters, carbon dioxide, humidity, TVOC, temperature, and much more. But very important here to note is, if you look at a smart building platform, if you're looking at activating an IoT platform within your building, within your office, that this platform does not only is possible to actually capture the data, structure the data, and visualize the data, but it's also possible to make the data actionable. For example, a facility manager or a workplace manager would like to know, okay, if a certain area is overcrowded, or maybe you as a person within the building or the BMS system wants to know if certain air quality parameters are completely through the roof. And this is actually very important, because making data actionable is bringing real value to the people within the building. So this is a very much key takeaway of this session. To conclude the session, that from Carol and myself on how we see the future in the office. So definitely the way we work in a COVID-19 world has not only negative effects on the office, but as well has positive effects on the office. Also, definitely treat where people work as an ecosystem, because 78% of the people really wants to balance more working from home, working from the office, and working from third-party places. Technology has shown us that social distancing on the workflow can be and is largely successful, specifically in 87% of the cases. And please do not isolate your workplace strategy by looking only at the physical locations. Also look on the locations and how they impact the well-being, the health of your employees and customers by making your data actionable. So thank you very much for this, for following us here on this global event, digital event. My name was Jan Bosmans, and my colleague Carol Wong from Cushman&Wakefield. Thank you for listening, and please do not hesitate to ask questions within the message area and within the chat. And also don't hesitate to take personal contact with myself or Carol through email or during this event.
Yeah, thank you, Jan, and thank you, Carol. That was good. Great to start this off this way. We will see you back in just a couple of minutes' time on the round table. So see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much.